Well, hello my lovelies. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And I just couldn't be happier that you, of all the things you could have been doing at 11 o'clock on a Monday night, you have chosen to locate yourselves in my windy bottom. And it's an absolute honour and a privilege to be permitted to come direct into your eyes and ears. Wonderful. No, they're not new pink pants. Right, who have we got? Hi Matt, hi Simon, hey Trace, Jimmy, hello, hello. Sarah, how lovely, hi Sarah. Bad Books, good evening. Black Lines, who just got in from Asda, Holby. Is it my imagination, says Trace, or is it a bit darker in Boaty's palace today? Don't think so. I think all of the usual lights are on. I'll put the fish tank light on. I'll treat you. There you go. How's that? Oh, it's because of the bottle being so close to the camera. Is that it? Let's move the bottle. I don't want you being darkened. There you go. That's immediate. You're very. You did jolly well to note. You're a jolly observant bunch, aren't you? That's excellent. There we are. That's a Pingu. Hello. Boaty's palace, says Black Lions, is under the floorboards. Of course it's dark. And Matt chimes in and says his internet has buggered off. How very unfortunate. Hopefully it's buggered back. Carl Davis, good evening. Chaz Brown, good to see you got back to Windy Bottom Cottage. Oh, thank you, Chaz. It was the journey from bloody hell. It really was. Ask Mustard, he'll tell you. The rain was just so torrential. And then on kind of waterlogged roads in the dark with no street lighting and an endless stream of bloody Arctics just throwing spray in your face, and then you try and overtake them. And you've got to go through that 3 or 4 seconds where basically you've got no bloody idea where you are. You're just basing yourself on the truck and holding the wheel straight and hoping for the best. Oh, Mike's here. Hello, Mike. Right, now then. Okay. Yeah, I do need some new candles. The reason I haven't got any is to get these, I have to go to Tesco, where they're £1 each. And I just very seldom go to Tesco. But you're right, they need sorting. I'll put that on the list for tomorrow. But well, there you are, you see. I want to do a live stream tomorrow. And going to Tesco, I can't do it on work time. I have to do it on the way home. And that would make me late. I'll come up with a cunning plan. I'll get some at the weekend. This will be, I'm going to have a glug of wine. I haven't had a sip of wine yet. And I've got an uprated wine, I'm delighted to say. The one that was making you all look dark. Look at that. Nice bottle. No screw top, proper cork. And the reason for that is, no, I haven't won the lottery. The tickets that Matt very kindly bought for me and for us last Friday were both duds, unfortunately. The reason for my uprated wine, my little tubs of curry sauce, is Sainsbury's have got their 25% off 6 bottles or more, and that particular chap is also on special offer. So it's a comely bottle, weighing in at £7.50, currently reduced to £6.50, and then 25% off that. So I treated myself to half a dozen of those, and I'm going to shut up for a minute and actually drink it, because God knows I need this. And then I need to say two very important things. Cheers, my loves. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, Steve's here. Ollie Owls. Hello, mate. Yeah, you're safe. The ghosts are behaving themselves. Right, before I go on, I need to say two massive thank yous after today. First up, I need to thank Captain Mustard, who gave up 2 days of his time. He gave up today to very kindly take me down to the southeast of South Wales. And he's also given up another day because he has to have a day off to placate his wife having been AWOL today. So it's incredibly kind of him, and I'm really, really, really grateful. And the other massive thank you has to be to the lovely Mike, Classic Wheels Wales, who has very kindly provided me with this it's a fabulous car. It's an absolutely fabulous car, and I adore it already. And kind of went just over and beyond and above with it all. The battery was, I was already getting it for very, very good price. It's a trade car. It was part exchanged with Chop's Garage. And Mike bought it from James and I bought it from Mike. And yeah, he's just gone over and beyond the, there's a new wizard slip. Let me show you, if you didn't see the live stream. Now, I'll be doing walkarounds of the car and whatnot. Hold on. Now then, it's very common on those that the leather gear lever gaiter goes all flaky and turns white because the leather, first one of the night, that came early. The leather flakes off. So Mike ordered a brand spanking new wizard sleeve in beautiful black leather, and that just needs to be fitted, possibly by me, more likely by somebody who can actually do things. The battery was a little bit dodgy, so he bought a brand new battery for it, and not your cheap one either, a jolly good one with a 3-year warranty and all sorts. And when we arrived there, we had sausage rolls and donuts, and he very kindly bought both myself and Mustard some lovely looking bottles of booze, which he sent me a picture of as we were driving home because he'd forgotten to actually give them to us. But it was genuinely an absolute pleasure to meet Mike. I only wish it had been for longer, but Mustard is a family man, needed to get back, and obviously we were going back in separate cars, but we were going back in convoy, although that all went tits up in deepest Newport, and we didn't get back together again until well into England at the services on the M5. But don't worry, my lovelies, before too long, hopefully probably next month, I will be going home again, and I will do a day of filming around my home and on the family mountain, and I'll show you my old cottage, and I'll show you my village and all the magical places around there, and that will be lovely. And I will meet up with Mike, and we will have an evening of merriment and debauchery, and no doubt share it with you lot, because if you've not met Mike, then you're in for a treat. If you love Mustard, and if you tolerate me, you will love Mike. I absolutely guarantee it. Now then, let's catch up with some comments. Oh yes. I'm going to be super professional tonight and keep on top of these. I'm going to interact with you. Oh, brace yourselves, you're going to be interacted with. Somebody fetch the pottering harness. Right, where was I? Right, yeah. You have fish? Let's see. I do have fish. I have 2 fish tanks. I did have more, but I downsized. Well, I lessened the. I've got a small fish tank over there, just there, in the kitchen, and I've got a big fish tank upstairs in the master bedroom, yeah, something I never used to be into. When I was with Boo, she was really into it. I got these to kind of entertain her when she was here, rather than when we were at our place in Matlock Bath, and I rather like them. They're a pain in the neck to keep on top of, but I like the sound of the water in the bedroom. It's like sleeping near the sea. And the fish are fine, and I have real wood and real plants in there, and I like all of that. I think they make, they're a nice thing to have in the room. Happy Boaty this evening, says Bad Books. Wonder why that should be. Can't imagine. He's been sunbathing. Jesus Christ, Jimmy. I've definitely not been sunbathing. The weather, of all the nights to choose. Oh, God above, I was glad to get home tonight. I really was. Oh, buttocks, says Pingu Congo. And buttocks to you, Pingo. Yes, indeed. Proud and bulging buttocks to the lot of you. Ollie Owls, my old friend Steve, says, I must say, you were extremely excited in your car collection live earlier. It reminded me of being 18 and collecting my XR2. You flash bugger, an XR2 when you were 18. God, I didn't even have a car of any sort when I was 18, but yeah, I was excited. It's a fabulous car, and a much nicer car than any of the others that have been on my fleet of any time within living memory. So I'm tremendously excited about it, and I will continue to be excited for days and weeks to come. And of course, I will share that excitement with you. And you won't miss a thing. If I clutch my little tinkle with the excitement of it all, you will be the first to know. Boaty, say monkey, mouse, cat. Oh God, is this one of those things? Monkey, mouse, cat. Monkey, mouse, cat. Monkey, mouse, cat. What am I supposed to be saying? What's that supposed to sound like? Monkey, mouse, cat. Monkey, mouse. No, you've got me on that one. I'll bring some random smelly candles when I finally get up there, says the Greenwood. And no, not the Gwynny Fanny aroma ones. Well, that's a relief. Don't bring random ones. If they're everything's colour coded here at Windy Bum, and if they're going in the kitchen, they have to be red, Trace. In the guest suite, they're cream. In the bathroom, they are blue, and in the master suite, again red. Liz is here. Jabberwocky 220 Gutta I. Hello, Liz. Let's all say, well, you already have said hello to Liz. Ivor Spotty Botty is with us, no doubt on a smoko, a break from work, joining us all the way from the land down under. How are you, mate? How's things? Seriously. Hope you're keeping your head above water, you and your family, mate. Hurrah, says Spotty Botty. Boaty made it home in one piece. How are you? Knackered. And how was the journey home with your new motor? Pissing awful, Ivor. It was the most torrential rain that you can possibly imagine. And yeah, driving in that for 4 hours was pretty bloody hellish. Other than that, the car was an absolute delight, I'm pleased to report. Sainsbury's 5-finger discount? No, they they weren't shoplifted. He's clearly not using the lottery tickets correctly, says _. He keeps losing. I'll have to try buying mustard one. Just buy me a winning one. You chose the numbers, Matt. Don't be blaming me. Late to the meeting, as per usual, says Liz. Oh, Simone is with us. Hello, Simone. Giving mustard one, are we? Oh, suits you, sir. Steve Colg is with us. Fabulous. Hang on, says Simon. You paid for it. I thought it was a Freelander. And I think we can all see what he did there. A welcome to the maiden birth from Trace. That's very kind. He's a nice man, says Matt, and he's talking about Mike, Classic Wheels Wales. But can he squeeze as many naughty words into one sentence as your average AA man? Well, I can answer that one, Matt. He can squeeze more. Yeah, if you have a conversation with Mike, then don't put a profanity filter there. That's all I can say. The man is like a foul-mouthed Duracell bunny of words. Oh, Simon said, yes, it was Mike's car that I bought. I don't think you can film debauchery, Boaty. You can, and you can put it on the internet. There are websites devoted to it. So I've heard. Big words for this time of night, says Matt. Are you trying to hurt my brain? I can't remember what big word I used then. Would you like to see my big fish tank? Yeah, that's a line I've used before now. What fish are they, asked Sarah. Oh God, there's all sorts in there. There are various tropical fish. There are dwarf African Congo frogs, a variety of exotic snails. There's shrimp in there. There's all sorts. It's a real community culture. Little bit of everything in there, so there is. Apparently, most wrestling heels. What? Oh, Christ above, Matt. Oh dear. Here we go. Right, I apologise for this in advance. Apparently, most wrestling heels, and if you don't know, a heel in wrestling terms is like the bad guy. Like you've got the good guys like Big Daddy, and then you've got the heels like giant haystacks. Apparently, most wrestling heels are alcoholics. I'm assuming it's to do with all the booze. Lovely. Smack the like button, please, says Simone. Yeah, I would very much appreciate it if you could beat the living shit out of that like button. And if anybody here isn't subscribed to this slightly below average channel, do consider subscribing as well. You won't like it, and we all need a bit of stuff in our lives that we don't like. Keeps us on the straight and narrow. Never rains in Wales, says Sarah Park. Jesus Christ. Looking forward to a proper video on the Freelander, says Simon. And what's its name? The name of the Freelander, the new car, the latest member of the family and acquisition to the fleet, the name is Boo. B-O-O, Boo. And there's a reason for that, if you didn't see it live. If you look at the registration virtually says Lindsay. In fact, it shouts Lindsay at you. And the Lindsay with which I'm most familiar is my ex, Lindsay, a recent ex. And of course, to me, she was and always will be Boo. So the new car is Boo. Oh, and for those who asked in the Facebook group, yeah, it was Boo, or Lindsay, whose hotel Hubnut stayed at in his most recent video, or one of his most recent videos, and she did give him a free upgrade, Boo, hiss, etc. 20 of us here and only 6 likes, says Liz, with oh, that's difficult for you to say. Incredulity in her voice. Only 6 likes. Come on, guys and girls, tickle that like button. It's showing us, well, it's showing us 0 likes for me. So I don't know what you've got. Jimmy, 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 a man after midnight. Why has that tune just come into my head? Asks Simon. No, I don't know. Boaty, says Mike again. Please say monkey mouse cat. What? I don't get this. Monkey mouse cat. Monkey mouse cat. Monkey mouse cat. That doesn't sound like something rude to me, and I'm assuming it's supposed to. Monkey mouse cat. Oh, I don't know. Do some mini vids on the fish tanks. Yeah, I will do. I have done in the past, and I will do again. Has the Freelander, asks Thomas Baxter. Welcome, Thomas. Has the Freelander got a tow bar? Yes, it has. Seems the ideal car for some caravan adventures. Yes, indeed, it will be the tow car of choice. And thanks to Trisha and her lovely hubby, I now have towing mirrors for it as well. That joke was worth a like, says Matt. I laughed at it. Sorry. I love that the Freelander is named after my late cat. It shouts Lindsay at you. I'd get that looked at if I was you. When you look at that, thing is, right, prior to collecting the car, I put the registration number into one of those online doings where it tells you the specification of the car. And I left that tab open on my iPad. So that every time I looked at my internet browser on my iPad, one of the browser tabs appeared to be saying the name Lindsay. And it just looks like Lindsay. And Lindsay wasn't Lindsay, she was Boo. So new car has to be Boo. That's it, she is Boo. What? Right, no idea. Did you have enough devil's juice to get home from the live stream stuff? I did, Pingu, I did. Boo has still got about 1/8 of a tank in her. So that was good. This was one I was thinking of. Yeah, Simone is asking me to say, I won a maths debate, which was featured in the Facebook group, Boaty's World on Facebook. If you're not a member, join up now. It's tremendous. It's tremendous. It's a word that doesn't exist. I was going for tremendulent or tremendous or something there, and I didn't quite make it, did I? And it's a lie. It is rather tremendous. It's a nice place to hang out. I rather like it there. And if you're really good, you'll get an official group title, like Captain Mustard, who is the official Harry Paddington, and of course, Underscore, who is the official unpaid intern. Oh, and if you're a channel member, you get a badge for that as well. Oh, I haven't done any new emojis, have I? I have to do that. Right, I've said that. I want to, well, I'll tell you what, let's just cut to the chase. I want to masturbate, all right? I want to masturbate. I really fancy cracking one off. I'd like a wank. There you are, we've covered that one. If I caught, no, I'm not reading that out, Jimmy. Trisha, thank you. Hi, Boaty, glad you're home safe. I am indeed. And we have some hidden filth. Oh, God, above. Towing mirrors are rubbish. He didn't say rubbish. I tried them once and they ripped straight off when I pulled away and didn't tow the caravan an inch. Well, I think we can all guess who made that comment. I often name cars after my ex. It seems appropriate as all my mates will have a go inside it. I fancy a female near me, says Steve. Lindsay, very weird. What, it's a weird coincidence? Or the girl that you fancy named Lindsay, is she very weird? It's not my ex, is it? If it is, I can highly recommend her. She's absolutely lovely. And if you hobnut, she'll give you an upgrade on your hotel room. Too much information. Yeah, well, you know, blame Simone. She asked me to say it. Nice car, says Kick. Think you will have a new bird come into your life. Oh, really? What, because of the car? Some woman is going to say, do you know what I really want more than anything else in this life? I want a fat old bloke who owns a Freelander. Yes, that's what I want, and I'll settle for nothing less. Well, you never know, do you? Oh, well, I've worked through the comments, so that's lovely. Oh, weird coincidence, okay. Yeah, I've caught up with you all, that's fantastic. What else have I got to tell you? Well, if you watched the live stream earlier, I told you all about the car. In case you didn't watch it, I'll show you one of the, I mean, I can't show you the car, it's dark. But, look at this. You have got no idea how orgasmic this makes me. Now, if you know me, and I like to think that you do, you know how much pleasure I get from, actually, I'll get a folder and I'll show you so that you fully understand. I'll have to go upstairs, bear with me. Right, I'm back. Now, this is what happens with all of my cars. All of my cars get one of these. And one of these is a pretty pointless thing unless you've got some nice service history to put in it. And, oh, I have. And Pingu, Cooey, Pingu Concord, you might want to look at this. So, this example here, now I haven't actually got this in this pocket here would be the correct model year brochure for the car. Now this one is actually in the bathroom because I was reading it while I was having a poo yesterday. Yeah, I know, too much information. And then what you have is this, right? Notice the color coded things. And then, so in the first section, V5. Second section, MOTs in reverse order, like that. Pingu, this is your car, mate. This is all the history for your car. This is the Honourable H.J. Rover. So, all the MOT certificates. Look, Pingu, going right back to day one. There you go. Then in the next section, you have bills and service history, and for this car there's literally thousands and thousands of pounds, but all of those have to be polypocketed and put in chronological order. And then in other tabs you have insurance, tax details, etc, etc, etc. Now every car must have one of those, and you've got no idea how much orgasmic fun I'm going to have sorting all of this history neatly, tidily, putting it in correct chronological order, putting it in poly pockets, and not the cheap poly pockets either, the expensive heavy duty ones. Oh, I'm going to love that, so I am. And look what else we've got. Oh, Pingu, don't get too excited. You can't have that folder. I need it for Boo. You can have everything in it, obviously all of the history, and you can have the poly pockets, but you can't have the actual folder itself. Look, all the handbook packs and everything for Boo. Isn't that wonderful? and I've got no fewer than 2 keys, 2 actual keys, only one locking fob with worn out buttons, so that's a little job. I've got a couple of little jobs I found. One is the wizard sleeve needs to be fitted in the vaginal area. 2 is I need to get a new key fob case, or new, well, probably just new buttons would do it. You can buy those little rubber buttons on eBay, can't you, for that, and another key for another one of these, if possible, would be good to go with the spare key. And I believe that my new King Bolan K7 that succeeds where the Boss 590 cannot, I think that will program keys and key fobs. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. And the only other thing I could see that I'm going to need to do, or need to have a look at, is the aerial. The aerial works, the radio works absolutely fine. It's got rather a nice onboard gramophone. But the aerial needs a new aerial. I'm hoping it's snapped at a bit, which means I can just get a new aerial and screw it in. Haven't got to replace the aerial base like I did on the MGF. Because it was doable on the MGF because of the position. I wouldn't be able to do it on the Freelander if it was the base that needed replacing, because it means getting at the inside, which means roof lining it out and all of that. But Mike said it wasn't. He had a feel of it there and then in the rain in South Wales. He had a feel of it, and he said it'll be fine. Right, where did I get to? Oh, we've got some new comments. This is exciting, isn't it? No, I'm not Jimmy Quinn. Yeah, all grown men should get excited by folders. Oh, I always assumed upstairs was through the door with Rue de Moran sign on it. Don't know why. Clearly it's not there. No, that's the pantry in there, mate. That's the pantry in there, Steve. Quite a big one. And what I've got in there is I've got tumble dryer down here. Then I've got tool chests here. Kind of little storage drawer things with small parts in, and I've got jump leads hanging up. I've got my big boy socket set. I've got a battery in there, battery charger, and various bits and pieces on the shelf up here. Oh, and my downstairs Hoover is in there as well. Oh, and my battery tester hanging up on the wall. But yeah, that's not too upset. Oh, and here on the back of the door, I've got, check that out, onion bag, keeps your onions fresh, garlic bag, and potato bag. Nice, cool space, and these are hanging on hooks with my aprons and whatnot. And that's a great place to keep your vegetables nice and fresh and cool. I do love a pantry. What's the difference between a long distance cross-country runner and a randy chef? You don't know? Well, I'll give you a clue. One goes for a pant in the country. Work that one out for yourselves. I told a joke today on the way down. Would you like to hear it? I'll read through some comments first. Let's get it. Let's work up. Oh dear. No, it wasn't cruel. Look at this Pingu, you can't have it. No, he gets everything in it. It's just the folder itself that he doesn't get. He can buy one of those if it floats his boat. I wouldn't want to impose my taste on it, on him. He might not want a black leather one. He might, for all I know, Pingu might be a vegetableist. and he might think that leather is cruel, or he might not want it black. He might want it to be a silver one to match the car. That's his decision to make. It's not for me to impose my folder on him. He will have the contents of the folder, naturally. He will have all of the spare keys, and there's about 64. But he won't get the folder itself, and he won't get the key rings, because they are personal items. And a man doesn't pass on his own personal stuff to another man. That would be like, I don't know, sitting too close to a man naked in the sauna so that your bottoms touch. It's just, proper chaps don't do that. It's one of the proper chaps rules. Do I need to disinfect the brochure after your poo time reading? Well, that's up to you. That's up to you, Pingu. I wish I hadn't told you about the brochure now. I wish I hadn't told you, then I could have kept it. In case I ever get another one. Or just for reference. Normally when I sell a card, I don't sell the brochures. I've got a good stock of them because I think, well, they're expensive things to buy. And if I get another one of these cards, I don't want to have to buy the brochure again. So I've got, from my Ford days, I've got a massive pile upstairs of a load of Ford brochures from sort of 2000 through to 2008. I might bring, when we come to the meet, I'm going to bring some of this crap and stick it in the boot of the car in case anybody wants these sort of things. Small donation to the charity and all of that. Now then, where did I get to? Oh, I quite like this one. When is a door not a door? When it's a table. Open bracket, Alan Partridge joke, close bracket. That hardware shop near PNHQ would do the keys or fob. Oh, good shout, GUU. I've forgotten her name, the lady that owns it. She's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, good shout. She'd certainly, well, I don't need a key. I've got a key and I've got a spare key. It's just a fob that I need. And I could do with one for the MGF as well, because Phil very kindly found the spare keys and the spare fob, posted them to me, and they never arrived. He sent them to the correct address. That was like 3 weeks ago, and they just didn't get here. And I do like having a spare key. It gives a nice sense of security. You know, it's like having a spare willy in case yours falls off. So I don't know what's involved in programming. Well, I don't need a key for the Freelander. I need a key fob. And I don't know what's involved in, I'm sure you can buy them. I don't know what's involved in programming them or the MGF. I would have to find out. And I will find out. I will do some online research. Downstairs Hoover says bad books, and then asks, does it match your upstairs? No. The downstairs Hoover is a big, heavy-duty fellow with a large headlight. I can't remember what make it is, but it's a big old, powerful thing. Whereas the upstairs one is, I think, the lightest. Well, it was the lightest vacuum cleaner available at the time, and it's a Vax. It's a Vax something or other. And it slots in really neatly between the wardrobe and the wall in the master bedroom. Oh, wine. No, there isn't a gimp mask in there somewhere. We're okay on the wine. It's unfrozen, splendid. You keep food in your pantry, Jimmy Quinn. Very sensible. I keep potatoes and garlic and onion in there. Although I didn't have any onion, and I had to stop. I had to stop at the garage at the bottom of the hill to buy £1.45 for 3 onions. Absolutely outrageous. GPS is with us. and says, "Good evening, Mr. Pooh MC Podger of all podgering." Oh dear. Oh God, you reckon there's whips in there, gimp masks? Well, you'll have to come round and see for yourself, won't you? Oh, I can keep the brochure. was it that blatant, Pingy? Thank you, Mark. Skick says, "Think Mustard does have a man crush on you, and I think that's a good thing," says Skick. Well, make of that what you will. From my Ford days, says Simon, quoting me, "I have a massive pile." Yeah, there are better car seats, and that's a little joke there, and a very good one too. My husband, says Trisha, has 400 car brochures dating back to the 70s. And we can all see why you fell for him, Trisha, because what woman could resist that? In fact, if he wasn't already married to you, he could have turned me with that. 400 car brochures. Hoovering in the dark. Oh, hello. Mickey Jeffries is here. How lovely. Sorry, I just dropped in. Boaty like suction action. Yeah, we're talking vacuum cleaners. How are you, Mickey? Glad you're here, mate. Shall we open this wine? Let's drain this wine. And then let's... oh, well done, Trace. Had a good sleep last night. Oh, that's the stuff. Now then, this is old school wine opening. Fortunately, I have a grasp of iron, so we can remove that. Now, I broke my proper waiter's friend corkscrew, and it's a proper cork as well. It's a cork, not one of those horrible rubber corks. Yeah, so I'm having to use this, and then we do the full Basil Faulty. If you remember the episode, which one was it? It was the hotel inspectors, wasn't it? So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Oh Christ, it's a tight one. It's a tight one. Hold on. Jesus Christ! Bloody hell! Oh, oh dear me. Right, hang on. Oh, got you, you bastard! Mike, what is this bloody monkey mouse cat bollocks? What are you whiffling on about, man? Monkey mouse cat? I don't get it. I don't get it. Somebody help me out. Oh, GPS. Monkey mouse cat. Monkey. Somebody help me out. Somebody put me out of my misery. This is the good stuff. This is absolutely lovely. Now then, let's talk about Boo's gramophone, shall we? A third bollock. Yeah. Gave myself a hernia opening a bottle of wine. Oh, and I'm having a change for supper tonight, my lovelies. Bit of a cock-up on the beef situation. I made beef chow mein, chili beef chow mein, last night. And as you may well know, if you watch Boaty's Noshes, for a while now, my habitual Monday night supper has been a kind of beef stir fry with ginger and onion and oyster sauce and whatnot. And I haven't got any beef. So I've taken some chicken out of the curry freezer. I'll show you. Look, you might think I'm making this up. You might think that I'm just showing off to you. And I'm not. It's true. Look, there is a piece of chicken that has been marinated in yogurt and mustard and various spices. And it's on top of the fish tank, gradually thawing itself. Fish tanks are jolly good for thawing things slowly. And as I mentioned, I bought 3 bunions for £1.45, whereas I normally buy them singly for, well, actually, I normally steal them from work, if I'm totally honest. Oh, excuse me. And I'm going to be making my Chinese chicken curry, which normally I would have tomorrow. But I'm having it tonight, my loves, because it's been one of those days. And you'll be delighted to know that there is no lunch video from today, because we kind of ate on the hoof. We both took a packed lunch and we kind of scoffed it at the motorway services. In fact, I had to multitask today because obviously travelling in somebody else's car who was kind enough to take me, then you have to be respectful of their area. So when we parked up at the services for about 5 minutes and 30 seconds while Mustard went for a pee, I had to burp, fart, eat and smoke simultaneously, which takes some doing. I didn't really have enough arms to complete the operation as I would like. Oh, and drink as well. Mustard had egg sandwiches and a whole packet of Jacob's Orange Club biscuits. No messing about, a whole packet of the bloody things. And sandwiches, the bread was like that thick, and he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds of bread with his sandwiches. I'll be honest with you, I kind of ran out of time and energy, and last night I had to go to the, not the big Tesco, the Tesco Express, and I had that southern fried chicken wrap with a packet of crisps and some pickled onions, and obviously I took a bottle of Umto, didn't I? There we are. I thought you'd want to know. Well, actually, you probably don't want to know, but you know anyway, so there you are. Hang on. Right, I don't know what that's about. I, says GPS, tried a jacket potato with cottage cheese and pineapple, and as I remember it was very nice, but I didn't enjoy it this time as much. Well, it sounds horrendous. Dear me. Who drew that picture of a thermostat on your wall? It's very realistic. What thermostat? Oh, you mean the actual thermostat? You mean this thing? Here. That's from a million years ago. Economy 7 water heating control, and that was when this used to be a back boiler, and there was that thing. It was before the cottage had central heating. So that is defunct. That's just there for shits and giggles these days. But Boaty, pleads Trace. Did any filming happen? We need to know these things. Yeah, some filming did happen. Um, it's a nightmare when me and Mustard gets together because he was supposed to be filming today and he hardly did any. And I did loads. I just left the camera running pretty much all of the way. And that makes the file too big to give to him to get bits out of. And even if I could give it to him, he wouldn't sit and go through 3 hours worth of footage to get the good bits out. So we end up with sod all. But I've got a load, even if he hasn't. Yeah, some filming did happen. We didn't film anything with Mike. Because we only had a little bit of time, and Mike and Mustard are old friends, and obviously it was my first time of meeting him, and Mustard's first meet after he had his, thank God, his amazing news that he's got the all clear. So we just had some man hugs and a lot of laughs and talked shit about a load of people. And sorted the business on the car and all of that. No filming happened there, but there we are. And me saying that, as far as I'm aware, neither of us broke wind in the car. I wasn't aware that he did, and he claims not to have. And I certainly didn't. I would never break wind in somebody else's car. I wouldn't even break wind in my own car if somebody else was in it. It's a decent chap doesn't do that sort of thing. And that on, hang on, where do I get to? Chance in a Million, Series 1, Episode 6. Going to be watching that in a minute. Well done, GPS. Hope you enjoy it. And I'll give you a little break from the Chance in a Millions for, I don't know, a few days or a week or something. And then I'll start uploading Series 2 for all of you that enjoyed Series 1. No, Mustard didn't break wind during the journey in Eric. As far as I'm aware, that didn't happen. That was for a log fire that used to heat the water heater up. Yeah, something like that. Boaty, pleads Simone. I need to go to sleep now. I'm shattered. Good night, everyone. Good night, Simone. Sleep well. They're all banging on about me in a folder or something. Sometimes I just have to leave you to your own devices to be honest, what you say in the comments is far more amusing than anything I say here. So I might as well let you get on with it. These came when I was out. Let's open these, shall we? Here's an elastic band. Oh, I've got an elastic band and I've got a cork. Right, let's see. Not being rude. Right, brace yourselves. Let's see if I can score a direct hit on you. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, shit. That went well. No, I scored a direct hit on me. How was the drive home? Asked G-U-U. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. No reflection on the car. Boo was absolutely fantastic. And I love her to bits. She is amazing. Actually, yeah, but the drive was horrible. The rain was so torrential that every step of the way was just sheer bloody misery. And at times a little bit scary. I hit a few patches of standing water that sent me off kilter. And on the unlit bits, the rain was so heavy and there were just arctics all the way that every overtake was just, you know, a bit bum clenching. So tiring, really. I mean, you drive sensibly, you don't take any chances, but obviously, well, I can't talk about being hyper alert anymore after I smashed a car into a curb, but yeah, it's tiring to drive like that, and when you're doing a 4-hour drive, it's really tiring. It feels like you've driven for a whole day. But I'm back in one piece, and the car, Boo is bloody fabulous. Right, looks like everybody's sort of buggering off. It is about midnight, so I'll be wrapping up soon. Just to tell you that Boo is lovely. I'll give you the full walk around vid in the days to come, but it's a really nice spec Freelander. Full leather, electric sunroof, 5 electric windows, heated seats, the old bum warmers, power fold mirrors, heated mirrors, 6 CD gramophone, and I have to say, oh dear, excuse me, I have to say, not wishing to be disrespectful to our lovely Rovers, but my God, it did feel like more of a quality product, if you know what I mean. Everything is nice and tight and chunky and works really well. Nothing fell off. It's really nice. And when you're surrounded by Rovers, it was nice not to have, I mean, the orange is lovely. I love the orange glow as much as the next man. But it was nice to have the Land Rover green ambience for a change. 17-inch alloy wheels. Do you know, this happens every year, and every year I forget about it and I'm surprised by it. At about this time, every year, right, I get inundated by ants. Really freaked me out the first year, and the second year, and the third year, because I forgot about the years previously. But I get absolutely inundated by ants. And it lasts for about 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then they just disappear. But every year it happens, every year I'm taken by surprise. I never remember, I never expect it. And you come down in the morning and there's ants on your dining table, ants on your work surface, and I've just swept one off my my kitchen counter. They come in from the front there. There's, no doubt there are various orifices they can get through. And yeah, I'm just, it's not like a plague, but I'm kind of inundated by them for a couple of weeks every year, and then it just stops. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Oh well. I probably just eat them when I'm drunk. You're too tall for the camera. Don't stand up. Just see the bottom of your mouth yapping. Sorry about that. Right, let's open these and then bugger off. Oh, I was telling you about the gramophone. Now, the gramophone in Boo will be instantly recognisable to anybody who's owned a Mark V Fiesta or any Ford Fusion. But it's all... oh, do they? Oh, there we are. But it's that's traced with some ant knowledge. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but the gramophone is Land Rovered up. It's got Land Rover written on it, and when you turn it on, the display says Land Rover. But this being the posh model, and I need to talk about the model that Boo is, because online it said it was a freestyle, which was a special edition that year and like the top spec. But it's badged on the car as an HSE. So I don't know if it's been rebadged or if the online thing saying it was a freestyle was wrong on the V5. It just says Freelander. So I will buy a brochure as and when I can find one and can afford it, and should be able to figure it out from the spec. I think it's a freestyle because the spec matches what I found for a freestyle online, and if you put it into that car thing, it says that it's a freestyle, but it's got HSE badges on it, so I don't know. Although it has got an electric sunroof, and a freestyle isn't supposed to have an electric sunroof. That's more an HSE thing. Maybe it was, hang on, birthday. Is it a birthday? Let's scroll back. Oh, have a great birthday if we don't speak before. When is it his birthday? Somebody tell me. Apparently Simon's got a birthday coming up. So, oh, good. Here we are. Excellent. So, one of these will be going into, did I finish telling you about the gramophone? It's got steering wheel controls, and it's a six CD gramophone thing, but not with a separate doings under the seat or in the glove box or in the boot like Shison. It's in the unit itself. It's one of those where you can load 6 discs into the unit itself. Oh, Friday, you think? Oh, okay. All right. No worries. That gives us time. But here's a couple of CDs that I ordered, and it was buy one get 40% off. A second one, and I couldn't find a second one that I wanted, so I bought 2 the same, so that I can put them in 2 separate cars. And this is an iconic album, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. Fantastic album. What a woman, my God. So there we are. One of these will indeed. Oh, but it's oh, it hasn't got the oh, it's not that edition. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's just not on there. I thought that was on all of the albums. But anyway, so I've got 2 of those. One of those will be going into Boo. And I would like your suggestions, please, for 5 other CDs that would be appropriate for me to insert into Boo. 40? He's not 40. Mother-in-law had a 56 plate freestyle, no sunroof and half leather, and not as posh a wireless, but they could have been optional. Oh, Blue Danube is a CD suggestion, and GUU says love that album. There we are. And I need to buy the album that came after with Thank You on it. I'm really getting into Alanis Morissette at the moment. Oh God, no! Queen's greatest hits. So I mean, I know they're incredibly popular. I was never into Queen, just never was. No. So that's not going in there. Let's have a quick think off the top of my head. Well, I need at least one spoken word stroke audio book in there, because I have to have one of those in all of my cars, because there will always be times where I fancy just immersing myself in an old favourite story. And my absolute favourite to have in there is the original Garrison Keillor Lake Wobegon days. Or I've already got that in 2 cars. Maybe Meet David Sedaris, the Radio 4 version. That might be good. Oh, and I need to get some stuff on my phone for Wetleg. Dark Side of the Moon, no, never understood Pink Floyd. Again, shoot me. ELO, Out of the Blue, no, never really into ELO either. Oh God, even though I was kind of half friend, well, I was more than half friendly. I was properly friendly with Bev Bevan. So don't tell him I said that. Johnny Cash, I don't mind a bit of Johnny Cash. I don't mind a bit of country music generally, actually. 93 to 97, Jagged Little Pill. Started to listen to Alanis Morissette in 93 and put her in my first car, which was a Ford Capri 1.6S. You wish you were getting into her, says Matt. Oh, don't I just. Sound of the Suburbs, not familiar with that. Delicate Sound of Thunder, Pink Floyd, not into Pink Floyd. Trance Nation stroke Ministry of Sound trance stuff. Christ almighty, I would genuinely rather have colonic irrigation. David Hasselhoff, I'd rather have colonic irrigation. Road to Hell, Chris Rea, no. Auberge, Chris Rea, no. UB40, again, kind of knew them back in the day. Local boys, Brum, and the guy that helped me a lot, I actually started a business with him. He was Johnny O, and he was from a band called Money that didn't make it big in the UK but made it big in the States. And I got really friendly with him. He had a company called Now Hire, North of Watford Hire, and he put in all the massive sound and light rigs into the NEC, basically any of the big arenas that were north of Watford. Hence Now Hire, North of Watford Hire. Johnny O, yeah, and he was friends with the UB40 boys, so that's how I met them. And he was kind of passionate about grassroots stuff. And I've told you before, I started talent competitions and whatnot to bring people through. And he was part of that. We had he had a load of like solo and group PA stuff in storage that he just wasn't using because his business had grown massively. And rather than it just sitting there doing nothing, we used to, people who wanted to start out came through our talent competitions or whatever, but didn't have the money to go out and buy their PA setup. We used to supply it to them, and we used to get them gigs, and we just took a cut from the gig price. So these guys, they just had to, they didn't, you know, they could have a go at entering the industry without having to lash out any money. And instead of just doing talent nights or open mics for nothing, they were able to actually earn some money. I wonder if he's still going. He was the nicest guy you'd ever meet. I'll tell you what he did. This is how nice a guy he was. He bought a row of 3 big old cottages in Licky End, and he and his wife, he had a wife and kids, and they fostered entire families. They lived in the middle cottage, and they fostered families who lived for a period of time in the cottage either side, and the idea being that there would be, you know, families with problems, and they would like help them and mentor them, and yeah, there were various reasons they could be there. I mean, loveliest guy ever. Bless him. Oh, hello. Depeche Mode, no. Now that's what I call Mustard in the Art of Dreams 35. Yeah, I'd buy that. Enigma, the first album, no, never heard of them. Dire Straits, no. Don't hassle that. Oh, The Who. Ugh. Musical Youth CD, that's what you should buy. No, but I do have a musical youth. Again, from the time that I was running the talent competitions, I was very friendly with a guy called Steve Pink and his wife Maggie Pink. She was a performer, he was a manager and producer, and he owned PVA Management. And he had a group of kids come in and ask him to sign them, and he told them to go away, and they were musical youth. And he kind of dined out on that story for a while, but he laughed on the other side of his face because he was part of the team that did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And none of those boys ended up poor, let me assure you of that. Suede, no. Michael Jackson, no. Tracy Chapman, yes. Yeah, whatever that Tracy Chapman album was that had Fast Car on it, that is a good shout. Sarah McLachlan, don't know who she is, but Tracy Chapman, yeah. And now I think about it, what about Womack and Womack? Whatever the album was that had Teardrops on it. Was it Celebrate the World? Was that another track on that album? That was a good album. AC/DC, no. Black Sabbath, again. Bear in mind that I was good friends with Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath. Sorry, Tony, but no. You know, I listen to Paranoid and that's about it. Bjork, no. Whitesnake, yeah, I remember them, no. Vidor's Toccata, the fifth. Gosh, a piece of classical that I'm not familiar with. I presume it's classical. The Stones, no, never understood them. Pink, absolutely not. Pink Floyd, no. Guns N' Roses, no. Got to have a bit of George Michael Symphonic Live. How about no? Betty Boo, Betty Boo, Betty Boo, just doing the do when you are through, and there's nothing you can do. No. Right Said Fred. No. Allor, they're Welsh, never heard of them. Tom Jones and Burley Chassis, says Liz. Well, maybe. Salt and Pepper. God, remember Salt and Pepper? Now, Salt and Pepper used to sing about going to the toilet, didn't they? Salt and Pepper had a hit song with a song all about number twos. How did it go? Ah, poo shit. Poo shit, good. Ah, poo shit. Poo poo shit, real good. And I'm amazed they got away with doing that. And it used to get airplay, it was on Top of the Pops and everything. A song about shit. And I don't think it actually was about shit or poo. Same thing. I think that that's probably a slang name for drugs. And shit is a name for drugs. Poo is probably a name for drugs. And poo poo shit is probably the really hard version of the drugs. Absolutely disgraceful. Cher, no. Police, ooh, at a push. Motown, I love a bit of Motown. Northern Soul, Simon and Garfunkel, yeah. And I'll tell you the album, the soundtrack to The Graduate. God, that was one of my childhood albums. We had it on cassette in my mum's car with the big bright green pleasure machine and all of that. I'd have that. Gary Glitter, Willie Nelson, no. Aha, I don't mind Aha. And one of their songs I really, really like. That was one of my favourites from back in the day in the, when would it have been, about 89? Probably wasn't their best song, I just liked it for some reason. Touchy, Really like that one. Don't know if I could cope with the whole album. Duran Duran, no. U2, I would rather vomit up my own intestines. Scooter, no. ABBA, no. Aerosmith, no. Metallica, no. Simple Minds, no. Bon Jovi, no. REM, Automatic for the People. At a push. At a push. Oh, hello. Rose _ Fleetwood Mac. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, Alison Moyet. I like a bit of Alison Moyet. Now, my old business partner, Mel, she sang Alison Moyet pretty much as good as Alison Moyet. Her voice was just perfect for it. But I don't mind Alison Moyet. The Cranberries, no. Aqua. Dr. Jones, calling Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones, get up now. I'm a Barbie girl. I'd have an Aqua CD I'd have that for a laugh. I didn't mind Dr. Jones. God, I remember that playing in Drayton Manor Park when I was with Sasha all those years ago. That would be a laugh, actually. I didn't mind that at all. I know they were pants, but they were funny, and the videos were funny as well. Enya, quite like that. Seal, no. The Bangles, oh. The Proclaimers, no. Prince, no, never got Prince. I know he was supposed to be like the most talented person in the history of ever. Never got him. Kool and the Gang. Don't mind listening to them, wouldn't actually have an album in the car. I'll have to have a think. Oh, Mario Lanza, now you're talking. Oh, Stephen S. Paul is with us. Yes, Rob. Oasis. That's what I need. What's the Story, Morning Glory? Yeah. I've never owned that album. I've never owned an Oasis album. And that should absolutely go in there. And I will order one tomorrow. Rumours, Fleetwood Mac, that's not a bad one. Oh, Madness! They were the first group that I was really into. The first album I bought was a Madness album. Not Blurred, I was, well, I wasn't into music at all really then. Not Britpop anyway, but looking back, I'm definitely an Oasis man. And I should definitely have an Oasis album in there. A classic Madness album. Why not? I loved Madness when I was a kid. We were all into it. Two-tone, ska. We used to wear donkey jackets with grandad shirts with no collars, the Madness badges, the thin leather black and white tie. Oh, those were the days. Wakefield. Jesus, Boy George. Oh, dear me. Mario Lanza is a good shout, but I'm a Pavarotti man through and through. Now, I would put the three tenors, the original... Oh, actually, now, the original three tenors, Caracalla, I was there. That is in Shison, but maybe I should get the other two for two of the other cars. The Paris and the... What was the other one? Was it Los Angeles? Los Angeles was second, wasn't it? The American one, anyway. And then I think Paris was third, where Big Lucci kind of half ruined Granada. The only song that Jose Carreras could sing better, well, the only aria type song that Jose Carreras could sing better than Pavarotti was Granada. Lucci kind of murdered it, but then he made up for that by doing a live version of oh Christ, come on, he did it in the Paris concert, the one that was, oh God, what was it called? Can't remember. It was specially written for him as a tribute to another tenor. Not Caruso. Or was it Caruso? Can't remember. But he did that in the Paris concert, and that made up for ruining Granada. He had a really awkward melt into the final high C on that, ruined it. And tell you what I need to buy. I wonder if it's on YouTube. If it's on YouTube, I'll see if I can nick it and put it up for you lot. I had it on VHS cassette and I watched it when it first came out on telly. The making of the three tenors. The background to it, the original Caracalla concert, and that, if you're even remotely interested in opera, that's well worth a watch. And the other thing I'll look out for and see if I can upload it for you is the making of West Side Story, but Leonard Bernstein's West Side Story with Jose Carreras and Kitty Takanawa, because that is worth watching just to see a genius at work. If you're not familiar with Leonard Bernstein, then there are two people that I put up there in terms of conductors. Leonard Bernstein is one, and the other one is Zubin Mehta, who conducted the original three tenors in Caracalla, and that took some conducting because he had two full orchestras, not one, two full orchestras. The man was an absolute genius. Oh, the Drifters, that's quite nice. David Bowie. No, never got David Bowie. Again, supposed to be this hugely talented guy. Absolute crap. Stranglers, Golden Brown. Adam and the Ants, Stand and Deliver. Oh, Otis Redding sitting on the, Otis Redding was just sublime. Absolutely sublime. If I could ever find it, there was like a soul album, mixed artist album that my mother bought and we used to listen to in the car when I was a kid. That had Sitting on the Dock of the Bay on, and Aretha Franklin's R.E.S.P.E.C.T. I'd buy that album in a heartbeat. Once our doings are finished here and Chance in a Million has been viewified, I heartily recommend watching Chop's Garage, a hilarious comedy in Capri featuring the legend Mad Mike, classic Wheels Wales. Yeah, I've watched that video and I would also thoroughly recommend it. Yeah, get a bit of Mike and James into your life. Bit of fun, Boaty. Create a CD list. Community members must buy the CD for under a set price. Oh, it's worth. Oh, Mercury and Caballe, Barcelona. Yeah, that was the one of Freddie Mercury's that I would listen to happily all day long. And Montserrat Caballé was, she is dead now, isn't she? She passed away relatively recently. What a voice. Prodigy, Jesus, no. Right, somebody's going to bed. Oh, Jeff Wayne's musical version of War on the Worlds is good. Of course it's good. It's got Richard Burton in it, so of course it's good. Jean-Michel Jarre, any album? Oh, Otis Redding died young. Oh, you want to watch Pavarotti singing with Barry White? Forever Autumn, says Kevin Hughes, and Eve of the Ward is on my car iPod. Yeah, great shouts, both of those. Barry White, I forgot about Barry White. I love Barry White. The Walrus of Love. I absolutely love him. Right, it's 12:30. I'm knackered. I need to eat. Everybody's sort of saying good night, so say your good nights, my lovelies. Say good night, and I'll play you out. Oasis, Morning Glory, no case, £2 including postage. Bargain. Bargain. I paid about, I think I ended up paying £2.80 for these two, including postage. They come from that place that operates Music Magpie. I think they operate out of the Channel Islands. Super cheap on eBay. Right, come on, let's bugger off, my loves. Thank you for your company here and now. Thank you for your company on the live. You can be in charge of that game, Matt. Oh, a small community celebration to welcome the freestyle lander Boo. Yeah, let's all welcome Boo. Yeah, I'll sing that to Mustard. Yeah. Oh, a gifted membership. Oh, hold the phone. Who's going to get that? Oh, Steve, you fell asleep for 10 minutes. We're coming up with suggestions for CDs to go into. 6 CDs have got to go into Boo's gramophone. Right, we have a gifted membership. Very kindly from Rose Cheeks. And we've got to hang about now to find out who is going to get the gifted membership. Last time it happened, Matt copped for it. So if you press on the thing at the top of the messages, at the top of the live chat, it should give you the option to be willing to accept a gift membership. So press on the green thing, everybody, if you're not already a channel member. Press on the green thing and you're in with a shout of getting a gifted, very kindly, from Rose to celebrate Boo. You could get that. So click on it with all your might. One of you is going to be a lucky winner. Oh, who is it? Oh, GPS OMG. Oh, that's lovely. That's another really good one, because GPS is an amazing supporter of the channel. So it's absolutely lovely to for him to get the oh, well done. And that's really so kind of you. Oh God, I'm gonna have to do your full name because you've done a lovely thing. Hold on. Rose _ cheeks with 2 peaches, open bracket, Tracy's afterburn, ... close bracket, tripemonger. There we are. It's like watching the big wheel on the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, what a lovely way to end it. A gifted membership. And it's gone to one of the most perfect people. So, thank you so much. And what a lovely way to welcome Boo to our little community. Thank you so much, and welcome to channel membership. That means you get to play with the extra emojis and see videos early and that sort of thing. Oh, it's gone now, Jimmy. It was there momentarily, and GPS grabbed it. But you know, maybe another day there'll be another thing. Am I going to be in the videos now, asked GPS? Yes. Yes, you are. I will, well, I'll have to redo it. I'll have to redo my channel members thank you list. I've got another one to put on there as well. Is it Mickey or was it another one after Mickey? I know I've got somebody else to put on as well, and I will do that tomorrow because I'm genuinely, I'm so sorry. I'm genuinely grateful for all of the support from all of you. We'll talk about Stigbutt on another day. Stigbutt's the only slight downside to today. Took the edge off a little bit, but no, we won't let that happen. We won't let that happen. So, yeah, right, time to go, time for us all to go. I will play you out, bear with. Or will I? Did I delete it? Oh, bugger, where's that gone? Oh, hold on, say goodnight to each other or something. I've got to find this. Oh, I deleted it because I had to free up some space, didn't I? It's on a shared album. Not that one, not that one, that one. And it is that one, I think. And if I save that, then it should be there, and then I can go to here, and it should be, oh Christ, which one is it now? Is it that one or that one? I think it's this one. Let's try it. Oh, there we are. Yeah, he could. Mustard could perform this live. Lovely. I wonder what the neighbours think of me. Thank you so much, my lovelies. You have a safe and peaceful night. Stay safe, stay warm, take care, and catch you tomorrow. All right. Good night.